Hi, welcome to another Crafty Hangout on Air. Today we are making some neighbor gifts and we're using recycled jars and my special recipe for dairy-free hot cocoa. I love this one because I use materials really I already have around the house. We tend to wash our glass jars and use them as Tupperware at our house, so I have lots and lots of spaghetti jars and mayonnaise jars and stuff stuffed up in my closet in my cabinets. So I took a few of those down and I repurposed them for my hot chocolate. And to make them a little fancy, I used some special gold stars from onlinelabels.com. And really, I haven't seen these in the store, so Online Labels would be a great place to get these at. And they're really big, like 2-inch gold stars. And all I did to make the jars is so simple. I peel off the star, and then I stuck it to the front of each jar. Whoop. Hey, look, I've got a big one over there. We'll use this one instead. So I have my empty jar, and I just stuck the gold star on, and it makes a nice little kind of template there. And then after this gold star is on, I took a can of spray paint, and I spray painted one red, one ivory. Have lots of other colors out there if I so choose. And after you give the spray paint a good at least half hour to dry, if not a day, just because you don't want it tacky. And then you just take the star sticker, and I took each point off at a time until there was 3 of them, just like that. And peeled it off. Well, of course, because I'm on live camera, nothing is going to go right. I have learned that this week. All right, so spend a minute or two getting all the sticky parts off, and then you have yourself a nice little shadow in there for your star. And then from there, you're just going to fill it with your hot cocoa mix. And dairy-free hot cocoa mixes are really hard to come by, and if you're lactose intolerant, like some of my family are, it's a bit of a chore, but it's super easy to make. What I use, I will actually type this into my notes there at the bottom, is 1 cup of dark cocoa powder, 1 cup of brown sugar, and 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then I just put that into the food processor. And then I blend it up really good. And why the food processor? Why not just a spoon? Well, brown sugar, I don't know about where you live, but here in Florida, any humidity gets to it at all, and we get the little hard chunks of brown sugar. And so the food processor actually cuts all that up and further makes the brown sugar a little bit finer. So when it hits the hot water or hot milk, it dissolves. And to that point, do not use water. You're going to want to use coconut milk or almond milk or cashew milk or one of those kind of non-dairy products in order to make the whole hot cocoa non-dairy. And what we do is we just heat a cup or 2 of milk in the pan, and for every cup, add 3 tablespoons of hot chocolate. So next step is just to kind of fancy it up. After we've got our stars taken off, you're going to put the hot cocoa in, put the lid on, but again, I was not thinking this time, and I picked up a jar out of my cupboard that didn't have a lid on it. So we're going to pretend we have a lid, and we're going to pretend there's cocoa in there. And you just take the twine, a big piece of twine, and I just wrap it around just like that, once or twice. And my twine right here is really too thick to tie a bow in, so it's going to make a nice square knot, and we're just going to cut the ends kind of short. And then to make it a little bit cuter, I added some button detail. So I've got a couple of buttons, and I'm just going to hot glue them on. See if I can do this in reverse. Here, just like that. And tuck another one. I just used 3 little buttons. It was enough to give it a little detail, but not be too much. I think sometimes we get overboard with Christmas and adding lots of glitter and detail that, you know, sometimes just simple is best. And I think this is one of those projects where it is, because ultimately this is going to go sit in somebody's pantry. They're not going to, you know, use it as a centerpiece or something. So little buttons are on. And if you want to take it a step further, it's always nice to have instructions to go with your hot cocoa. Some people have a puncher to make tags with, and that would be a great thing to use here. I punched a red, and I punched actually I didn't punch, I cut these out just in tag shape, and a cream. And on the cream one, I wrote the instructions on how to make the hot cocoa once they get it home. So it's the instructions: 3 tablespoons of level hot cocoa to 1 cup of milk, or non-dairy milk, when they're serving it. And I just took that, and you can either glue it up into there, or I honestly, I just slid it on one of the jutes so it would stay. And that's it. That's all you got to do, and you have yourself a wonderful little neighbor gift that will sure to be appreciated. Hope you have a great day, and you can find the Big Star templates at onlinelabels.com. Thanks for sponsoring me today. Have a Merry Christmas.